Give it up one more time for those first 4 open micers you saw here. Anybody go out in that shit yesterday?
Yeah.
Anybody do anything? What did you do yesterday?
Construction.
Get in, in that shit.
I was at Virginia Beach.
Wow.
Yeah.
Oof. I went out to see a comedy show yesterday in that for the love of the game. That was my first tropical storm I've ever experienced. So I just moved to Montana, and so really all we have to worry about there is tornadoes, sometimes floods, maybe an occasional cattle stampede. Yeah, it's rough when the cattle stampede hits right in the middle of your open mic. Montana is interesting. It's pretty much the only place in America where they still send dick pics by mail. They put it on the Pony Express, and then you figure out by the time your dick pic has gotten there, the woman has died of cholera. Really old-fashioned with it out there. It'll just be like, my dearest Agatha, I have throbbed for you these many months. I've been engorged as a boulder, solid as an icicle in a Montana blizzard, long and pointed as the antlers of an elk, enclosed as an artist's rendering. He's got to stand like this with his foot on a stool for 6 hours while his buddy sketches it. To be honest, I've never sent a dick pic. I don't really get it. Am I the only person that thinks dick pics are just kind of weird? Yeah. Like if I'm gonna show my penis to a woman, I want it to be special. Maybe in the middle of a nice bouquet of roses. Or down on one knee in front of Cinderella's castle at Disney World. Or maybe with a boombox over my head on her front lawn. In your eyes, the light. I don't know how the rest of that song goes. I feel like there are way too many Gen Zers in here to get that. But yeah, I feel like that may have contributed to my recent issues with dating. I've been dating a lot recently, have not had great luck. I got rejected by a girl this morning today, so woo! We went on a bowling date. I won. And I think that might be part of the problem. Because, ladies, correct me if I'm wrong, I feel like women want a guy who will take them bowling. They don't want a guy who is good at bowling. Once you get the glove, the little wrist brace thing, it's over. You better have a ring on that finger underneath that wrist brace. I also I took a girl out to Topgolf once, and that didn't work out either. I think, I showed up with my own golf clubs, and I think that commitment might have scared her off. But then again, I am kind of a hardcore golfer. I personally believe they should take the nets out of Topgolf. Survival of the fittest. So yeah, consequently, I've been watching a lot of porn recently. Any OnlyFans subscribers in here showing up? Yeah? I saw you. You tried to be quick with it. No, I tried it for a couple months, and I don't really do it anymore, but kind of get it now. Like, makes you feel, when you pay for porn, it kind of makes you feel like you earned it. Like, I slave 8 hours a day to put this porn on this table for my family. I kind of got cold feet the first time, though, because the first time I tried to subscribe to an OnlyFans profile, my bank called me. They were like, "You recognize this charge?" It's like, absolutely not. I've also had 3 different women that I know, that I am friends with, have contacted me and asked, hey, if I made an OnlyFans, would you subscribe to it? I was like, thanks. I guess thanks. I guess I'm your benchmark. That feels good. Like, hey, Kale's desperate. He spends enough time on the internet. We could probably bag him. I'm also a big fan of porn parodies. I am kind of a movie buff, though, so my one rule of porn parodies is I have to see the real thing first. I cannot stand spoilers. So I finally got around to watching Zootopia. I appreciate the show of support back there. Hit me up after, I have stickers. I also saw one that was a porn parody of The Martian, where you are an astronaut and aliens attack your penis. And also, in honor of spooky season, I want to announce that I am writing my own porn parody. It's going to be a horror-themed porn parody. It's going to be called American Orifice Story. So be on the lookout for that. Yeah, I've been getting into VR porn recently too. Like, you can probably tell that by looking at me. This is the face of a man who enjoys VR porn. I don't know if it's for me though, because they change positions on you like every 30 seconds. It's exhausting. It's like stand up, sit down, lay back, sit up, stand up, lay back, sit up. Is this fucking CrossFit? I'm too out of shape for real sex already. Where was I going with this? But yeah, I moved out here for a job, and I worked for the government, unfortunately, which is weird because I consciously decided to become a stand-up comedian, which is one of the few professions where drugs are actually required. So there's a little bit of conflict of interest there. There is a silver lining, though. I've decided I am going to start going to comedy shows and selling my pee to other comedians. Walking through the aisles like a snack vendor at a baseball game. Cotton candy, cold beer, clean piss. Yeah, my job required me to take first aid when I first showed up. Like, that's a requirement. I had to have my first aid card. And it was really interesting, the training, because one of the first things you got taught is you always make sure the scene is safe. If someone's hurt, before you do anything to help them, you make sure the scene is safe. And we were doing some like practice scenarios, and the trainer pointed at me. He was like, "Kale, make sure the scene is safe." And we were standing in a library, so I didn't know how to do that, so I just did one of these. I was like I'm Chris Pratt looking for velociraptors. That class also got me thinking, how the fuck do ambulance drivers know where they're going? Does anyone know, legitimately? Like, do they just use Google Maps, or do they have to memorize shit like a taxi cab driver? Yeah, hopefully Waze. Yeah, I hope it's not Google Maps, if anything. Because when you're in the back of an ambulance dying of a stroke, the last thing you want to hear is, "Oh shit, that was our exit." Hang on. It's recalculating. Alright, you're going to have to make a U-turn when able. So I've been having sleeping problems lately. Well, pretty much my whole life, if I'm being honest. But recently I've discovered this magic trick where you take Benadryl before you go to sleep. But I hate medicine, so sometimes I have to trick myself by wrapping it up in a piece of cheese. I leave it on the counter, and then when I'm going to bed, I hop up on the counter and snatch it. Sometimes, if it's a good night, I'll just have the cheese without the Benadryl. I always end my night with cheese. I'm what food scientists or what biologists would call food motivated. I've had sleeping problems pretty much my whole life, to be honest. Like my doctor says that I might have sleep apnea. My personal theory is that I'm just too white to have circadian rhythm. I have a lot of white people problems. For example, whenever my non-white friends start talking about spice, I'm completely left out because my only reference is the Buffalo Wild Wings sauce chart. That's how I gauge. I top out at a spicy garlic if you're curious. I have been known to go to an Asian Zing on rare occasions. It's not very easy for me though. Also, I had a really weird experience at McDonald's the other day. I went to the McDonald's right across from the Murder Exxon at the bottom of Churchill. I don't think they got my order right a single time I've ever been there. One time I took my mom through the drive-thru when she was visiting to get her traditional daily Diet Coke, and I ordered one thing. I ordered one large Diet Coke. I pulled around, and they tried to give me a half-full High C. Like, you got it wrong on basically every level. The only thing that could possibly be more wrong is if you tried to hand me a Big Mac. But I went to the McDonald's the other day. First thing I had to do is I had to get rid of the existing McDonald's bag in my car. 'Cause that's just a bad look. That's a lie, it's still in there. I walked in and there was an African American gentleman working the cash register, and he took one look at me and said, "Hey, has anyone ever told you you look like Carrot Top?" And I gotta say, that is the most racist thing that's ever happened. On the plus side, that is the most racist thing that's ever happened. I got a new car recently. When I got it, I decided I was going to try that, giant Carvana machine, like the giant dystopian glass tower full of cars. You guys know that on I-95? Yeah. It seems like a simple concept. You just walk up and you put your money in and they give you a car. Fucking thing ate my quarters. It got to the end of the big spring thing and it got caught on the bumper. And I had to buy the Kia Soul above it to knock it down. So if anyone's in the market for a slightly dinged up Kia Soul. I had to take it into the shop right after I got it too, which sucked. It had some kind of factory recall on it, so they gave me a loaner car, and they only had one loaner car available. It was a sky blue Mitsubishi Lancer. So they gave me the keys. I opened the door, and Limp Bizkit CDs just came pouring out. This car is such a douchebag, I swear. It looks like it orders Russian women off the internet. Ukrainian women, maybe. We're boycotting Russia. Gotta stand for something and it'll fall through. No, it looks like it should have ear studs on the mirrors. It's ridiculous. And it's not cheap either because it doesn't take regular gas. It only takes Bud Light Platinum. Alright, I'm going to get off on that. I've been Cale Moore. Thank
You know he's going to get off on that. Come on, get up for Cale one more time.